Hey everyone, this is my rewatch of The Lord of the Rings. Alright, last week we had a really short episode, so picking up from there, we'll get right back to it. It's a little ironic because today's episode doesn't really focus on the writers at all after I went on that diatribe about them last time, but such is life with Peter Jackson. So let's go ahead and get right to it. We're picking up at the 46-49 mark, so go ahead and I'm pressing play now. Yeah, and so once again, we got the beautiful New Zealand countryside, and Gandalf is off on his little side quest that we still don't understand what's going on.
Smoke rises from the mountain of doom. The hour grows late, and Gandalf the Grey.
Yes, and we meet Saruman for the first time.
Well, that is why you have come, is it not?
Establishing that they're friends. Although that look from Gandalf, that was a little bit of side-eye, right?
You are sure of this? Beyond any doubt. The ring of power under my very nose.
Yeah, a nice contrast with the white and the gray.
Has clearly slowed your life. But we still have time. Counter Sauron if we act with time. What time?
Oh, that was a jump cut.
Cannot yet take physical form. The spirit has lost.
Not many people I'd rather have giving unnecessary exposition than Christopher Lee.
His gaze pierces clouds, shadow, earth. You know what I speak.
Kind of,
A great eye, meticulously wreathed in flame. He is gathering all he does. Very soon he will summon the armies enough to launch an assault upon Middle-earth.
it's a lot of exposition. Oh, looking right at the camera. Definitely a lot of horror shots. Peter Jackson, letting us know his origins as a filmmaker. This is one of the best moments. And yes, I do mean that ironically coming up.
They crossed the river Ise on Midsummer's Eve. Skies to riders with flesh. They've reached the shore. They will find. Kills the one who cares.
Yes, close the door. Oh, luckily there's more doors. Oh, no, that one got shut. Oh, no. Oh.
He did not seriously think that a hobbit could contend with the will of Sauron. There are none who can. Against the power of Mordor, there can be no victory.
What a dick. That's like, we're like straight out of Empire right now.
Would be wise,
And Saruman the wise for madness.
Wizard fight. It's so silly. Talk about all spectacle, no substance. The spectacle doesn't even have any substance. Gandalf lost that battle.
I gave you the chance of aiding me. Will
It's so cheesy. Oh, okay, stopping there. Yeah, so that was that was something, right? So it's a little interlude from the writers. We have this scene that gives us a lot of exposition. But my number one question, I'm sure it's the question that the writers had to ask: it was this really necessary? Is this furthering the movie in a meaningful way? And so, obviously, in their minds, and for us as the audience, they are establishing this conflict not just with Sauron, but also with Saruman, the White Wizard. And so, he has been corrupted. That is going to set up several of our future, antagonists. Because we have a lot of, B antagonists as opposed to, Sauron is just this disembodied, force that lives in Mordor and we're never going to see him. So we have all these other B antagonists that stand in for him. And Saruman is the first of those, and they share one trait. All of them, they're all just huge dicks. And even when it's the heroes, we're gonna get like this is just a recurring theme. Whenever we need to have some conflict in a scene, they just make one of the characters a big dick, and acting dickish now becomes like the obstacle we have to overcome. So this is the first of those. And the effects are pretty cheesy. And I don't mean the quality. I just say like this was meant to look like a cheesy horror movie because that's the kind of movie that Peter Jackson came from. I like those movies, but it's not the appropriate style or tone, I think, for this fantasy epic. And then there's the scene with the doors closing, and it's just like it's so silly. He goes to one, shuts, goes to he has to go to all four just to see it shut really suddenly. It's just like this is not going to be the last time I say this, but it's like these movies are made for 12-year-olds, and it's really, rather than create like real tension between these characters that are awesome characters, it's just like this cheesy melodrama. And the question I have is, why would Gandalf ever have trusted this guy? It's like there's no reason. Like he mentions like my old friend, and it's just like they seem to have no there's no redeeming quality to Saruman. And he just this cheesy villain. And why, if Gandalf is so wise, why would he have ever trusted him in the first place? It doesn't make any sense. He just walked right in, got trapped. That doesn't speak very highly of Gandalf. And that's why Saruman needs to be cleverer. He needs to be more subtle, more of a threat for Gandalf to get trapped. Of course, I don't think any of this was necessary. I know it's setting up what's going to come later in the Two Towers, but did we need to set it up now? I don't think this is serving any really useful purpose. And even if it is, it was done in a very terrible slapsticky way. It's just sloppy writing and directing and super disappointing. And so when you combine it with this other sequence that we're in the middle of with the writers, it's just like the movie is really going off the rails right now. And so I don't have a lot more to say about this. I just can't imagine, like, people that like these movies aren't talking about this scene that we just saw. This isn't what really, they really dig about the movie. This is these are the moments that they tolerate for the stuff that they do like. And I get that. I have lots of movies like that. But let's all just admit that this is not a great movie. There's a lot of problems. This is one example, the scene that we just saw. Very disappointing. Not the last one, unfortunately. So I'm going to leave off right there. And thanks everyone for tuning in. Please share your thoughts in the comments. And if you like the reviews, please like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. It gives me the motivation to keep going. Once again, thanks for tuning in, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time.